Hi guys, and welcome to the Daily Trump. Today we're going to be using the rider-waite deck. Actually, it is a rider-waite kind of day for me, and so let's go ahead and see what major we're going to be working with today. Okay, so today we've got Temperance. So Temperance might be telling us today that today is a day of putting things together, taking the middle road, trying to have a balanced outlook on things, being really healthy in our outlook in that everything is just very even-tempered, hence temperance. All right, so let's see what three things Temperance wants to say to us today about itself. So today, to describe Temperance, we have the Hermit, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Also on the bottom is the Four of Swords. Just leave this here. Okay, so what I think is kind of interesting is that I'm getting this sense of vigilance being a part of this reading here today. The Hermit and the Page of Swords for me are telling me to, in some ways, in order to live temperately today, we need to watch out for influences that may detract us from being more grounded within ourselves. I think the Hermit here is a symbol of health and growth that is also that is pretty important to the idea of temperance. But what is implicit in the Hermit is, of course, the idea of isolation and following one's own inner light, which I think is very apt for temperance if we consider that temperance is one of the last trumps that exist on the middle pillar of the tree of life. Temperance is associated with this idea of the path of true will and the real path of in some ways of destiny to a degree. Temperance is one of those cards that they say, by becoming more temperate in terms of psyche or spirituality, by joining the two halves of ourselves, we get a better sense and idea of where it is we're going in life. And we have a better sense, by knowing who we are, we come to better understanding of where we're supposed to go, what we're supposed to do, and in what way it's going to come about. And I think the Hermit is like that, as far as following his own course and listening to that inner light, that inner will, that inner drive. The other interesting thing that you could consider about that is that the Hermit is solitary and is alone, whereas Temperance is about the joining of two things. And so the Hermit is in some ways possibly an allusion to the idea that Temperance is really about finding that original unity that is our source and is our guiding light. That unity from which our being is divided really is that guiding light of the Hermit that allows him to follow his own destiny as he chooses. Now the Page of Swords tells us to be wise and to be careful and cautious in material affairs. Really, this whole reading is sort of materialistic here, with the Ace of Pentacles as well. And perhaps this is a reading telling us to be more cautious of health things today, but I think that the Ace of Pentacles is more about discovering that hidden light. I almost feel like the Ace of Pentacles is like a hidden treasure here that we need to discover by reunifying ourselves. And the Page of Swords is sort of the way we go about that, by being vigilant and by listening to the signs and symbols around us, and by looking for it, by sort of gracefully attempting to bring peace to whatever antitheses are at work within ourselves. I think the Four of Swords is indicative of that as well, for representing rest and calm and bringing order to whatever inner chaos we may be feeling today. And if we can do that, I think we're going to feel much better off overall, and we're going to feel more aware and more in tune with ourselves. And we're also going to feel, I think, more independent by doing that, more like we are capable of doing things on our own. We don't necessarily need the help of others to do this. Finding temperance within ourselves is something that only we ourselves can do. No one else can really do it for you. That the path that Temperance is alluding to, that the Hermit is alluding to, is not a path that any god nor man can tell you how to do or to find. And it really takes personal effort and personal individual attention to one's life and the details of one's life and one's own identity and how those things interconnect. And it's by discovering that interconnection that we find that balance, that we find that unity, and thereby we find well-being. So I hope you found this interesting today, and I hope it added to your day, helped you out at all. Don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video, share it if you liked it, and don't forget to check out my new website, polyphonictarot.com. Alright guys, thank you very much for tuning in today, and I'll see you soon.